everybody, and this is Vanshika. You are watching my channel Knowledge World. So today we are going to cover up the chapter of Science Class 8, and the chapter's name is Conservation of Plants and Animals. Last time we were studying the chapter Cell Structure and Function, and already I have uploaded all the parts of that chapter on my channel. You can check all those parts and learn that chapter. So today we are going to study about conservation of plants and animals. So today again we'll study with online notes, and I'm just opening those notes and we will start with the reading then, and I'll explain you. So I have opened the online notes. Today also we will study from the online notes from the site Ask IITians. As I have already told you in my previous videos that we can prefer this chapter for our revision because everything is given in a very clear way, and amazing facts are also shared. Out of the box knowledge is also shared in this site. So let us begin with the chapter. So here are the revision notes on conservation of plants and animals. We will take a quick revision. So those are watching it after reading this chapter, we will take a quick revision so that you will understand the concept in a better way. So what is biosphere? Part of the earth that supports life is called the biosphere. It is here that all living organisms exist. It means that it is the domain of the earth where the life originates or where the life exists. Such domain on the earth's surface is called the biosphere, or such sphere on the earth is called the biosphere. What is biodiversity? Variety of organisms that exist on the earth, their interrelationships and their relationship with their environment is called the biological diversity and the biodiversity. So here we are having two names for the term biodiversity. The another name of this term is biological diversity. So what is biodiversity? All the organisms which are existing on this earth, their relationship and their interrelationship with the environment, means all their relationships come under the biodiversity. So next term is wildlife sanctuary. So wildlife sanctuary is a protected area where animals can live in their natural habitat without any disturbance. Wildlife sanctuary, a natural habitat exists of that animal, and the animal is fully protected in a wildlife sanctuary. Next term is national park. This area is reserved for wildlife, allowing them to freely use the available habitats and natural resources. So national park is the area which is specially reserved for the wildlife, and here the animals are free to use the space or free to roam, and natural resources are also free to them, and habitat is also free to them. Biosphere reserve. In the first term of this chapter was biosphere, and now we are going to study about biosphere reserve. So what is a biosphere reserve? Biosphere reserves are larger areas of land which aim to conserve the wildlife as well as the traditional life of the tribal living in the area, allowing them to use the plant and animal resources to some extent. What does this mean? Biosphere reserve is such area, it is a large area, and the main aim of this biosphere reserve is to conserve the traditional life as well as the wildlife. What does traditional life means? Tribal people. There are tribal people, as you know, there are tribes in India still. Tribes exist. We have studied about the tribes in our previous classes also. In SST we have studied about tribes. So traditional life means tribal life or tribes. So the tribes who are living here, they are allowed to use the resources like nuts, plants or wood to make their food, but to some extent they don't have to harm the animals and the plants in any way because it is strictly prohibited. Such activities which will cause harm in these areas are strictly prohibited. Now nextly we are going to study about the deforestation and its causes. We have studied the term deforestation in our previous classes also, so we will study about it in this class also. So what is deforestation? Deforestation means clearing of forest for different purposes such as timber and other uses of land. Major reasons for deforestation are, so deforestation is majorly the large scale cutting down of forests, trees. This is deforestation, and for different purposes like timber means wood and other uses of land. Some major reasons for deforestation are also shown here with pictures very clearly. We will see all of them. So first reason is given, clearing woods to procure land for cultivation and grow more food for the ever increasing population. As you know that the population is increasing day by day, so more people means they will need food also, all the basic necessities they need. They need proper house also, they need food also, and for food grains need to be cultivated, and the grains will grow on land only. So woods means forests are cut down for land to cultivate food for the growing population. I think I have made myself very clear for the first reason. The second reason is using wood as fuel to make furniture and for industrial purposes. For example, wood pulp is used to make paper. Secondly, trees are cut down for their wood, as wood is used as a fuel, and wood is also used to make furniture and for industrial purposes. Many industries are also using wood for different purposes. So wood is used here, and for example what is given here, wood pulp is used to make paper. So this is the second reason, and then we will read about the third reason. Using the land for building houses and factories means people are using land for building houses and factories in urbanization, in industrialization, you can say. Forest fires and severe droughts also lead to deforestation. These are, forest fire and droughts are the natural calamities of deforestation, means natural causes. uh, Hurricane is also a natural cause. Landslide can also be a natural cause, or some type of insects are there. They can also be a natural cause for deforestation. Now we will study about the consequences of deforestation. Consequences of deforestation. There are, I think, 8 to 9. We will study each of them in a bit detail. Deforestation causes increase in pollution level of the earth, means when deforestation will take place, then increase the pollution level on the earth will be automatically increased. Then how it will be increased, how pollution level will be increased, means how the cutting down of trees will affect in the pollution level. इससे pollution होगा जब हम trees को cut करेंगे. When we will cut trees, then air pollution will take place, because trees give us fresh air, fresh oxygen, and when trees will not be there, then automatically pollution level will be increased, air will be polluted. That's why it is said that we should grow more and more trees. The second is increase in carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. When we will cut trees, then automatically there will be increase in carbon dioxide, because trees inhale, we can say trees inhale or intake carbon dioxide, and when there will be no trees, then who will take the carbon dioxide? Then automatically carbon dioxide will be increased in the atmosphere. When carbon dioxide will increase, then automatically global warming will take place. Increase in temperature or global warming, same. Lowering of the level of groundwater, because trees attract rainfall, and when rain will not come, or when there will be no rainfall, then no water will seep into the ground, as we have studied in our previous class 7th. One chapter was there, and the same point was discussed very in a very detailed manner, and the same point was there, that lowering of the level of groundwater. When there will be no rainfall, then no water will seep into the ground, and thus there will be a lower level of groundwater. Then the next one is disturbance in the balance of nature. Disturbance in the balance of nature means, in, you can say, trees are the home to many animals, they are shelter to many animals. If they will not be there, then their habitat will be disrupted. Such type of imbalances will be there, like carbon dioxide and oxygen imbalance will be there, water cycle will be disturbed. So such type of imbalances will be there and they will disturb the balance of nature, these all things. Then decrease in the rainfall, because trees attract rainfall. Decrease in the fertility of the soil, when no rain, then no water, no minerals, then soil will be also degraded, of degraded quality. Increase in the changes of natural calamities such as droughts and floods. Such calamities can come, flood can come, erosion can come, because when there will be no trees, so the erosion will be easy, it will be easy. When there will be no trees, so there will be no one to hold the soil firmly and the soil will wash away easily. So such type of things can also come. Then we will cover only how does deforestation affect the quality of soil. Why would deforestation lead to an increase of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and global warming? It means that why is deforestation leading to the increase of CO2 and in the atmosphere, and why does global warming will take place? So the explanation is clearly given here. We will read this. Plants use carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, the food making process of plants, and release oxygen, maintaining the atmospheric balance. This balance goes on, as we all know. Fewer trees mean that less carbon dioxide will get recycled in this manner. Carbon dioxide traps heat rays reflected by the earth, which increases in temperature on the earth and leads to global warming. So when there will be the increase in the amount of carbon dioxide, then that carbon dioxide will trap those heat rays which are being reflected by the earth's surface, and when it will catch, carbon dioxide will catch those heat rays which are reflected by the earth, then automatically earth's temperature will rise. So this will cause global warming. Then the second question which is given to us for discussion is, how does deforestation cause droughts and reduction in rainfall? That I have already discussed with you, but let us read this also. When trees are cut down, when we cut trees, the percentage of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere increases automatically, which causes global warming, as we have read in the above question. Moreover, plants absorb water from the soil and release it in the air through transpiration. It is this moisture in the air which eventually turns into clouds and returns to earth as rainfall. In the water cycle, I think all of us have read this. Transpiration, then precipitation, we all have read these steps in our previous classes also. Deforestation and increase in temperature on the earth disturb the water cycle, which leads to a reduction in rainfall and droughts, because when water cycle is disturbed, then the pattern of rainfall and droughts is also disturbed. What is desertification and how is it caused? Desertification is the process by which a fertile land turns into a desert. Deforestation is a major cause of desertification, as it exposes the top layer of soil to natural forces like wind, water and sunlight. What does it mean is that desertification means desert. Desert means the conversion of fertile land into a desert, means into a barren land. Deforestation is the major cause of desertification, because in desertification there is an exposure of the top layer of soil because of due to natural forces. There is an exposure of the top layer of soil to natural forces like wind, water and sunlight. With no roots to hold the soil, it gets eroded quickly and the lower hard and rocky layers of the soil get exposed. These layers have less humus and are less fertile. Gradually fertile land turns into desert. So this is the whole process. I think it was given in a very clear language and I don't need to explain it further and in a more detail. In this, what happens that the due to deforestation, the upper layer of the soil is totally exposed to the wind, water, and sunlight. And when there are no roots to hold the soil, it get eroded quickly, and the hard and rocky layer of the soil is get exposed. And when it get exposed, then this layer has less humus and it is less fertile. So this layer gradually turns into a desert. So let's cover our last topic for today. How does deforestation affect the quality of soil? The forest add humus to the top layer of the soil. Their roots hold the soil together and allow surface water to seep into the soil. Due to desertification, the soil erosion takes place. Physical property of the soil change and it becomes less fertile. Its nutrient content and texture changes. The water holding capacity of the soil decreases, which may lead to floods. The forest add humus to the top layer of the soil. Their roots hold the soil together because forest has trees and the roots will hold together. So when desertification takes place, the soil erosion will take place, as we have studied in the upper part, and physical properties of the soil also change as it is less fertile, and water holding capacity means water retention capacity also decreases. So today we will cover only this much.